Hey, kinfolk. So here we are. Yurt me, baby, one more time, part 4. I yurt myself today. Um, so I have to work on the roof. And, ooh, yeah, no, check this out.
Yeah, buddy.
As far as I know, that's a rabid wolf spider. They're non poisonous, they act aggressive, but they're really not. I just took them outside and let them go. And here I am trying to figure out how much am I actually adding to this roof
Okay,
to
so
cover the entire roof without it sagging and all that. Even after doing it, I really have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm trying to figure it out,
equals.
and really,
Alright, well, let's do this.
it's anyway. Just enjoy the comedy of me trying to fumble around.
I think that's right. Let me double check.
No, you're probably not.
I think that's right. We'll see.
I don't think so. To the best of my knowledge, I think what I'm trying to figure out is figure out how long the new wall is and how the old wall was. So I got to add how much that difference is.
So I have to add 216 inches.
But I really don't know.
Gotta think about that.
Yes, you do.
Alright, so here's the plan. I'm just gonna cut one seam down. I'm gonna leave the top kind of still attached. And then I'm gonna measure just how much I'm gonna need in order to keep it taut and maximize yield on the canvas. So let's do that. Well, yeah, I'm gonna like cut the top and then I'm gonna put it on top of the rafters and then we're gonna figure it out from there. And this is how I'm cutting it, right? How I did a kind of a double seam there. So I'm just cutting right into that. Alright, so I need 77 inches. Huh. We I'm just going to mark this. Alright, looking okay so far. So that's generally how it's going to look. See, there's supposed to be a panel here and here. Right? So there's 8 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So what I'm thinking of is cutting this one and inserting another panel like here and another one on the other side. Those panels would be 39 inches versus the 54 inches here. So from here to here, it's the 54-inch panels. And all right, and that would be 54 inches as well from here. From here to here, that will be 39 inches. And likewise on the other side, and then I'm going to sew on these at the very end to extend it out another 3 feet to where I can cover the entire roof. There'll be 10 of those. So that's the general plan right now. So right now I just need to take this and split it in half, and then sew in these panels here. There it is. And then sew the whole thing back together again. So let's get her done. Alright, so I'm going to use this as a test piece. I want to know how flammable this stuff is. So, yeah, here we go. A reliable way to start a fire when everything is wet and cold. So, alright, and chances are any kind of fire that comes onto this, it's not going to get that hot. Get some shavings come off. All right, just making sure. So what if there was a candle being lit nearby, and it just kind of well, it's on fire. That's it, it's out. No embers on there. All right, so if it does catch, it might burn itself out. Only if there's like a prolonged flame on it and you catch it. No more so than normal, canvas. Now I want to measure out 39 inches. It's 19 and a half. Is my builder square here. Using my 2x4 there to figure out the center of that triangle wedge that I'm going to sew in. And then I'm going to measure an inch on either side for the seam. Alright, first one's done. Alright. Use the same one and make a pattern. Alright guys, so I had to re-measure everything, and I just wanted to make sure that I had the cone numbers right, and I didn't. That's what we really need. So I started off with 54-foot circumference divided by 12 to get the inches, 648 total inches, right? Minus 112 because those two short pieces right here, that came out to 56. inches. So they're not 67 for these two or thinner sliver pieces here that we only when we needed to expand it. So here, and so we needed to subtract that 56 because that was included. I thought all of them were going to be about 64 inches. That's not true. So I instead subtracted 112 inches for the two 56-inch pieces from that. I got 536, and I have 8 panels left, so I divided 536 inches by 8 panels, and I got 67 inches. So this is wrong. I need 67 inches at the base, and I need 56 at the top. So roughly 11-inch difference between the two. Alrighty, let's get to cutting those out.
Yeah, I'm confused too, so I don't know. I eventually made it happen, so I must have done something right. So I'm using this 2x4 again to split this 6-foot piece of canvas in half. So I have my 3-foot strips to cover the roof, and I'm going to cut these little trapezoids out, the skirting to extend it out 3 foot to cover the whole roof. Alright, so this and this angle from the piece I just cut, that's the right angle that I need. So, might as well cut what I need here. So I'm not a seamster, but I have a few tips that have helped me throughout the years. Um, just before you get to those little pins that hold it together, you want to pull them out. So that way you don't actually hit it with the needle and bust your needle and ruin the pin. And now that I'm done with one of them, let's get the other one done. I'm not going to show you actually sewing it because, well, that would be boring. And now that I got them both done, I'm going to sew it to the actual roof. Well, we got another little bitey boy there.
There's a little spider. All right,
So I took him outside, set him free, let him eat all the bugs out there.
Take these off. Have to replant them.
And again, sewing the other wedge in place on the other side of that half of the roof. When I'm putting my pins in, I'm going about a foot apart. I'm not sure if I should have gone closer, but if you guys have more experience with this, let me know. Let me know if I need to go further or closer together. Now that I got those two halves sewn together and those wedges in place, I'm going to put the skirting around the edge here. And hindsight being 2020, I think it might have been easier if I just got the skirting on first and then I sewed on the wedges. But I don't know. Again, I'm not a seamstress or tailor person. So I want to make sure I line up this edge here to the edge of this seam. Otherwise, I'm not going to have enough on the other side, or I'll have too much. And either way is not great. Now I don't want to back tack here because I might have to just loosen that up. Like once I get it on there, and if it's too tight on the top, I like to be able to just kind of easily rip it up and then re-sew it to the right, width. That's the top, and that's going to get closed down eventually. But I don't want water to rain down this way. And this seam, where I got those extra panels so I'm going to extend it out. So as I want the rain coming down, I don't want the rain to hit that seam. Come on, fold the other way. Hit that seam and then leak in to the tent. So what I want instead is to make sure that that seam folds this way, folds towards the top, so that way the rain just kind of runs right off. All right, so that's what I'm going to do now. So when it comes to these little joint pieces where there are literally 4 layers of canvas to go through, it's really dangerous. You could bust a needle. So go manually. Hopefully I can get it done today. Alright, on the last leg here. Okay, so when I was trying to sew this double seam here, it just got really bunched up inside the machine. It was just so much fabric to feed through. So I'm thinking I should just roll it up. So it's a tighter package, so it'll pass through a lot more easily. So fold it in. All right, here it goes. So far so good, but starting to get a little full. Not having nearly as many issues. Still issues though. I don't want to create any mistakes here and redo it. Alright, now back her up. Holy moly, that's done. Now, let's close up the ring.
All right, so I just took a break real quick and just kind of trying to wrap my head around how I'm going to finish this off. Sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed. It's just really big, and that sewing machine is just so tiny. Yeah, it's not bad to take a break every now and again when you feel overwhelmed. Worst thing I have done in this hobby is that I've just gone too hard too long, you know. I've gone just so frustrated with a project, and I don't get any sleep, and I try and get it done before the event, and I end up hating the event because I'm so tired and just I hate the project, and it's a bad place to be in. So take breaks. You know, start a project way ahead of schedule. Like I've got this event in March, and it's January right now, and I'm almost done. So that helps a lot. No pressure. I can get plenty of sleep. I don't feel like I'm going to be exhausted by the time I get to the event. And I can have any little problems fixed before I get time to use it. So yeah, let's get to it.
Now that the roof is sewn together and complete, you got to take off the hatch. There's like a little pin on this thing where you can just pull it out so you can get the roof on. And you have to do that every time you put the roof on. I haven't figured out a way around that, but I think this is just the way it has to be. So that. The winds were really, really high that day, and I decided, you know what, it's kind of productive. It looked like it was going to fit, so I just took it down. All right, so I just came home from work and prayer meeting, and this is what I came to. Winds have been kind of high today, and this is what happens, I guess. I got to start staking it down, so I don't know if anything's broken or what. So I'm gonna start trying to figure it out. So it took me, thankfully it only took me a half hour. It seems like the only thing that's broke is a wall. That could take a couple, maybe 3-4 hours to fix. So thankfully it was just a wall. It wasn't the ring or it wasn't the bamboo, because then I have to go and, you know, I can't just go out and buy it. I have to go harvest it. I gotta make sure it's the right size and everything. So thankfully it's just a wall. So let's try and fix